conference. When that's coming from a guy who's 6'3", Eddie, that shows you that he pays attention to what's happening on the defensive end.
Right.
Set to come into the game is, for the jump, Augusti against Chris Nix, who's 6'9", and has the slight height advantage. And the double tip there goes to UT Martin. Skyhawks in the white jerseys with the blue numbers trimmed in orange, and Carver College in the blue.
Yeah, and we see Carver out here starting this game in a zone. Pays dividends for them as they force a little bit of a weak entry pass or weak entry dribble, if you will.
Turnover by the Skyhawks on the first possession. Sims with it at the top of the key. Skyhawks in a man-to-man. Coley to the right. 8 on the shot clock. Augusti. Here's Sims. Shot clock winding down. The jumper is good, and Carver College strikes first.
Yeah, UT Martin, a lot of switches on some screens there, even on that dribble handoff. A little late recovery for the three-point shot.
Back with it, UT Martin. On the baseline, back out to the wing. Here's a left wing shot. Simon, no good. Rebound, Carver College, and a travel on the rebound. Turning it over there is Dylan Scott. Turnovers even at 1 apiece. Eddie, I like Carver College's uniforms. I don't know, it's got both a new and a retro look. I don't even know how to describe it, but I like that.
Yeah, I was thinking old school, a little bit retro myself.
Henderson on the baseline. Going up strong with the athletic move is KK Curry. UT Martin scores.
Whatever it is, it's not a typical blue. You know, you see a lot of teams with blue in their uniform. I don't know what I'd call this blue.
2-2 the score. We're tied with 18.5 to go in the first quarter. First half. I've been doing a couple of women's basketball games first half here. Here's the shot up, no good. Rebound Cougars in traffic in the paint, pivoting quite a bit, then missing the shot. UT Martin with a rebound. Henderson, short. Skyhawks with a rebound. Jeffries on the left wing. Down on the baseline, up with the right hand. A nice move there by Chris Nix, and UT Martin takes its first lead.
Yeah, UT Martin getting that offense after a second chance opportunity. Sometimes hard to rebound out of those zone defenses when you don't have true rebound responsibilities or assignments.
Blocked. Curry getting the block shot on the shot from Scott. And the lob to Curry. He'll put it up and in. And with that, the Skyhawks with a 4-point lead.
Curry was a little confused with that pass back. I think he thought he had Jeffries set up for the easy two, and Jeffries was going for the lob.
17:20 to go here in the first half. Carver College, the Cougars, the National Christian College Athletic Association team. Here's a foul against the Skyhawks, stops the clock. A very small school, Eddie. Their enrollment under 100 out of Georgia near Atlanta in the southwest part of Atlanta. They are on quite the tour, playing 19 Division I opponents in 53 days. I believe UT Martin is the 8th of those teams in the schedule.
Yeah, they somebody was telling me their numbers. I think they said 60-something. I thought, I'm waiting 60-something thousand, 6,000. No, it was in the 60s, I think, at one time.
Backing down is Scott. Kick out shot, no good. Rebound Skyhawks. And I'm going to give them a lot of credit to take on that task. Here's the shot. Nope, stick back is good. The Skyhawks score.
Yeah, again, Carver's having a hard time keeping UT Martin. UT Martin, fairly well known for hitting that offensive glass anyway. But they're going to have their hands full if they're going to stay in that zone to just to figure out and find out who their blockout responsibilities might be.
Straight away, good. Count it for Keyshawn Coley. Carver College's last game was they lost to McNeese State, which has a tie to UT Martin. A former coach at McNeese State and now athletic director, Heath Schroyer, was the head coach at UT Martin a few years ago.
Now, what's the tie there? Heath's
Heath is the AD.
Worked at our high school that I teach at, as a matter of fact.
He's the athletic director there now.
Good family, good people they are.
Henderson with the jumper, no good. Here's a weak side rebound. Simon back up with the left hand scores, and the Skyhawks up by 6.
Yeah, not to beat a dead horse, but I believe that's 6 of their 10 points now, just off of offensive rebound situations. Just going to mount up and be that much harder, I guess, to climb that mountain if UT Martin does start hitting from the 3-point line as well.
Skyhawks offensive rebounds now 4. Here's a long shot. It's good. Count it for Dylan Scott. That cuts the 6-point lead in half down to 3. One of the issues with Carver College is limited numbers. I think 9 have dressed out. Here's a missed shot. Skyhawks with another offensive rebound. That's 5. Up and in, the basket for KJ Simon, and the Skyhawks up by 5. So, Eddie, as a coach, you see a team with less numbers, less height, and athleticism. A lot of times you'll see teams try to neutralize that difference in ability and go with the zone defense. How does that help a team in that situation?
Well, it helps Carver in regards that you assume you can at least stay out of foul trouble if you stay in that zone. If you're limited bench, you don't want to lose any bodies out there for sure.
Inside for the Skyhawks, a foul, and it was Curry taking it to the basket. We'll have a media timeout, the first of the game. 12-9 the score. UT Martin with a 3-point lead after leading by as many. Actually, the head coach at McNeese State now, and Heath Schroyer is the athletic director. I mentioned that earlier. John Aiken was an assistant coach with Heath Schroyer here at UT Martin. Inside shot, good. Count it for KK Curry, and the Skyhawks go up by 5.
Yeah, KK Curry just showing his dominance inside. Again, Carver having a problem. You're going to be in a size disadvantage all day long. We've already talked about the offensive rebounding, but also seems like UT Martin having their way when they want to get the ball down in deep right now.
Here's a move by Scott, goes in, contact, offensive foul. We'll give it back to UT Martin. Scott pleads his case with the official.
Both teams before that last shot shooting the ball well, 50% apiece. The only difference right now, UT Martin is 0 for 4 from the 3-point line, but they're just cleaning up everything on that offensive glass right now with those 5 offensive rebounds.
Skyhawks with it. David Dodinko has checked in. Let's check the lineups now. Curry, Jeffrey, Simmons, Hurst, and Dodinko in the game. For UT Martin, Dodinko with the shot there that's no good. Another rebound. Curry backs it out. Farrell, Auguste, Scott, Sims, and Scott in the game for Carver College. Shot is good.
There's UT Martin's first 3 of the day. Probably won't be their last. I know they shot the ball extremely well just 3 days ago.
Up by 8. Carver College trailing with the basketball. 3-pointer from the left wing is no good. Skyhawks with a rebound. Curry. He'll bring it down. He's a multi-talented player, can handle the ball, rebound, score. 3-pointer is good for Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons is one of those players that has the opportunity and the ability to score in bunches. We saw him just a few weeks ago. Really didn't do anything in the first half. I think lit it up for about 15 or 16 going in the second half.
Simmons, 25% 3-point shooter on the year, coming off a 19-point, 4-rebound, 4-assist game in that game you're talking about against Miami Hamilton. Morris will check into the game for the Skyhawks. Also into the game is Andre. Eddie, on the back of the Carver College jerseys, normally where you would see names, there are words like peace and courage and belief. Again, out of the Christian College Athletic Association, but inspiring words that we could all find better attributes within ourselves from.
Right, I like it. I like that you pointed it out, too, because a few minutes ago I thought that a young man with the last name of Love might have taken a shot, but you pointed that out during the break. That's not the case.
I saw that. I thought, is he kin to Kevin Love?
Yeah.
20-9. Again, really a courageous Carver College team with a very difficult schedule. And, Eddie, you coached for so long. There's more to sports than winning. And when Carver, long 3-pointer, Dodinko scores. When Carver College is going to all of these road games against Division I schools, they're undermanned. They are not expected to win, but the outcome of the game is not determined to them by the score.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of winning, you know, winning in life and other areas as well. But you say that they're not expected to win, and that's true. But I read an article where their coach said, we're like the Harlem Globetrotters. We go around and, you know, we play all these teams, and we're always on the road. The only difference is we do expect to win.
Yeah.
They step on the floor with that desire and that heart to win.
11 minutes, 38 seconds to go here in the first half. Simmons, Hurst, Didenko, Morris, and Andre in for UT Martin on an 11-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. Strong move with the right hand to the basket, good. And that's Bernie Andre. That gets his teammates up off their seats, and we have a media timeout with 11:25 to go. UT Martin with its biggest lead of the game, up by 16. The action continues in a moment on ESPN+.
Now they're starting to knock down those threes as well. It's a big reason why they've built this 16-point lead.
Andre's been battling an injury. Free throw is good. Has not played in a game this year. Those are his first points as a Skyhawk, and nice points at that. Good to see him out there. 26-9 the score. UT Martin's biggest lead. Just over 11 minutes to go in the first half. Scott just outside the three-point line. To Jacobs-Holloman. Sincere Jacobs-Holloman. Outside three-pointer is no good. Nice rebound. Carver gets it. One-handed runner is up and in for Jacobs-Holloman. Gets it to 15 at 26-11. Skyhawks with the lead in the ball. Simmons, Hurst, Didenko, Morris, and Andre in for UT Martin. Andre's shot was on point but short. Back with it, Carver College. Jacobs-Holloman, Gary, Scott, Coley, and Scott in the game. Chris Brinkley with Eddie Suter here in Martin, Tennessee, a game that was originally scheduled for later tonight, and then whenever the two teams talked it out, knowing that tonight was the night before Thanksgiving, they moved it to a 2 o'clock afternoon start. Outside jumper is no good. Scott misses that one.
I heard they moved that game to 2 o'clock so you'd have time to cook tonight.
Who have you been talking to?
Nobody else. Yeah, UTM really lighting it up from outside now. It's going to be a tough task if Carver's going to eventually have to come out and get a little bit tighter on this defensive assignment. We've already seen UTM very skilled, very adept at finding ways to get to the rim.
For the record, I'm usually responsible for cranberry sauce, which involves a can opener.
I was about to say, yeah, you just purchase it somewhere, right?
That's exactly right. That one goes out of bounds back to Carver College. You know, Eddie, in all seriousness, for the holidays, most of us get a break, usually Christmas and Thanksgiving. If you're a basketball team, you're probably stepping it up a notch. You're most likely going to travel or practice a lot.
Yeah, I don't coach anymore, but I remember all my friends would talk about the Christmas break and the Thanksgiving break, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's when we're really getting busier. At Christmas time, we were trying to get, find opponents to play in tournaments so that we could get ready for the district opponents that would be coming up right after. And at Thanksgiving, it was so early in the year, you're still trying to tweak and add offense and fix things that you're seeing in practice. So, yeah, not a whole lot of time off for these players or coaches.
Farrell into the game, Jacobs-Holloman.
Yeah, it looked like Carver had done this last time. They went to a little bit of a 1-2-2, 1-3-1 look. UT Martin probably going to be able to find those three-point shots from the top of the key area, but right there we see Simmons with a nice drive, and he is left-handed, so it made it a little bit easier on him as he drives it from the left side.
20-point lead now. The Skyhawks in a 19-2 run. That's over the last 5 minutes, and UT Martin stretching out that advantage with 9 minutes to go. Outside right wing shot is no good. Skyhawks for the rebound. Didenko back to Simmons. Nice pass. Andre, corner three is no good. Morris with the miss. Morris with a rebound, tracking it down out of Mount Washington, Kentucky, the freshman. Here's a three, no good. Rebound, Auguste. Pretty good pace on this one. 31-11 is the score. UT Martin's on a 100-point pace, but they're scoring pretty easily at almost 60% shooting from the outside.
Yeah, and maybe do an even better job defensively. It looked that time like Carver really wanted to push and try to get something going with early offense, but UT Martin with 3 players in the lane. Nice job in transition.
Scoop to the hoop from Farrell leads to a turnover. He travels, and UT Martin will get 5 new players into the game. 31-11 is the score. Checking in, Kamwanga is in the game. Also Jeffries, Henderson, Curry back in, and who am I missing? That's KJ Simon down there. Henderson thought about it. Did not think about this one. Lets it go and connects, and the Skyhawks are up by 23.
Yeah, that puts UT Martin's run out to it's a 19-2 run right now. They're just Carver having their hands full.
Here's a foul that will put Carver College to the free throw line. We'll have a media timeout with those free throws coming up in a moment. 7 minutes, 43 seconds to go. First half, 34-11. UT Martin leading Carver College. More coming up on ESPN+.
Stays and Curry and I think Simon's still out there.
Yeah, he's
right in front of us.
Henderson's out there. At the free throw line, Scott. Scott's last game, he fouled out coming off the 16-point performance. That is Dylan Scott in this game has 4 points. Here's the lob, nicely done. Banking it in, KJ Simon.
Yeah, KJ Simon, maybe not the point guard, the 2 guard. Usually you see them the givers of the lob, but this time he was the recipient on the lob play.
We mentioned earlier Simon with 1.4 blocks per game. He's 6'3". Eddie, how does a little guy block almost 2 shots a game?
Well, if you're guarding somebody that's 5'10", maybe. He's look at the length on him. I mean, he's long, he's athletic, pretty good ups. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't have been. And that lob play was put in by the coaching staff there right off of the timeout and the free throw situation. So obviously intentional, not just a quirk transition game.
3-pointer's no good, then a stick back from Jeffries is no good.
But you would assume in that, 1.5 block shots that some of those are coming off a jump shot. So probably he's pretty smart and good at timing his leap and his jump.
Skyhawks will inbound it from the baseline. It's Jeffries from Olive Branch, Mississippi to throw it in. To Curry, back to Jeffries. Almost had his pocket pick, the Houdini move as he disappeared the ball and got it back. Simon hits the shot.
Yeah, impressive by Simon right there. I would say it was hard just to gather himself, let alone to be able to get that shot off.
Here's a 3. This one's no good. Rebound Skyhawks, Simon. UT Martin up by 24, and a foul will put KJ Simon at the free throw line.
Yeah, it's been a while since Carver College had a field goal. I know they scored on a free throw just a little bit ago.
Simon coming off the 21-point performance against North Dakota. Also had he's a stat stuffer. He does a little bit of everything. As we told you, he's 7 blocks on the season coming into this game, 7 steals, leads the team in both categories, and is averaging 17.8 points per game, which is tops on the team, 3rd in the Ohio Valley Conference. Also averages 4.6 rebounds and 1.4 assists a game. So he does a little bit of everything.
He did. I heard he's in charge of washing the practice jerseys some weeks.
And does a great job.
Yeah, absolutely.
39-14 the score.
They like it because he uses the smell good stuff.
Henderson on the wing. A quick one by Kamwanga, no good. Skyhawk rebound, back up with a left hand, no. Simon misses. Taking it to the rack and scoring.
Yeah, I think Carver College, probably their best opportunity to get on the scoreboard in any kind of consistent manner today is going to have to be that transition game, push and attack, try to find ways to bounce off of bodies, get to the free throw line, early offense.
Henderson, high arcing shot, short, rebound. Carver College. The Cougars spinning and finding nothing, but had the rebound for a second. It's turned into Little helter-skelter ball now. The ball all over the place, out of bounds, will go back to Carver College. As UT Martin wasn't able to secure the rebound. Keyshawn Coley checks in out of Riverdale, Georgia. And Auguste checks out. Inbounding it from the baseline will be Scott. Out of bounds, back to Carver College.
You know, you talk about Carver College, a small school, small student body at least. Are most of these guys local? Are most of these guys from the Georgia?
You know, all over the place, really.
Are they?
Yeah, Philadelphia. There are Georgia. Lawrenceville's represented, Stockbridge, Stone Mountain. Then Scott, who inbounded the ball there from Rochester, New York. Riverdale, Georgia. Maywin is from Perth, Australia. The reverse, no good. Rebound, UT Martin, Simon. Atlanta is represented. College Park.
Wow. Seen some extremely athletic plays out of KK Curry this year, probably none more so than that one right there.
And the basket gives UT Martin a 25-point lead at 41-16. Yeah, he's going to be one of those guys who will continue to do things that surprise you, I think, from an athletic standpoint. KK Curry is extremely athletic.
He is, and he's got a chance to improve and to start increasing that range of his. Mostly known from, being that explosive 4-foot from the basket guy, but we've already seen him in games past where he's, gotten a little bit more comfortable in that high post area from about 12, 15 feet.
Played at South Alabama prior to coming to UT Martin. Nice passing, though. Second pass inside, intended for Nix, is a turnover, though. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first half. Here's a quick three, short air ball. Rebound, Skyhawks on the Dylan Scott miss. Three-pointer. Simmons. Skyhawks up by 28 for UT Martin now. 6 three-pointers, 18 of the 44 points from the land of trifecta.
Yeah, and remember, they started out 0 of 5 from that spot. We knew they were going to get hot from there eventually, as we pointed out just 3 days ago, shooting 60+%. Where did they go? Florida, little Florida tournament they were in.
Played 3 games down in Boca Raton.
Saved their best for last, I think, in the third game of that tournament.
Dodinko with the fake. And pivoting down there, scoring the basket, UT Martin. With Nix getting it, back up by 28. Yeah, I like those tournaments like that because you play 3 games in a short amount of time. It really prepares you for what you could see in March in the tournament play. Here's a foul.
Yeah, and your conference tournaments are usually just like that.
As the Skyhawks played on the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. Winning one of those 3 games. We'll take a break. 46-18. Simon, Henderson, and Nix, who are back out on the floor. And now Carver College making their way out on the floor out of the National Christian College Athletic Association. Scott will inbound it. And Sims here in backcourt. Gets him the ball. Coley also in the game, as is Auguste. Skyhawks starting out in a man-to-man. Farrell, 7 on the shot clock. Nowhere to go. Scoops it up and almost made a circus shot there. UT Martin's Curry with a rebound. Bounce pass inside. Nix blocked from behind. Good defense. Farrell gets the foul. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Fouled by Mikael Henderson.
You said good defense, and I was just about to say I thought the backboard had blocked the shot, but
well, maybe it did.
No, I think you're right. No, you were. It looked like he had gotten himself too far into the basket, but I do believe the Carver defender did a nice job of getting a little slight deflection at least into the backboard.
Farrell at the charity stripe. He's out of Sharpsburg, Georgia. Free throw is good. Carver College, with not a lot of free throws, they had 6 attempts in the first half, connecting on 3. The Skyhawks were only 2 of 3 from the free throw line, so we did not have a lot of free throws. Second one is up and in.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of free throws when both teams, a lot of perimeter jump shots. A few times we had a little bit of an attack of the rim.
28-point lead. Skyhawks have the advantage in the ball. Tipped away, UT Martin has turned it over. Only the 3rd turnover of the game. Nice move there from Dylan Scott.
Yeah, Dylan Scott doing what I thought they might try to do earlier, attack off the bounce and see if they couldn't get some more free throw shooting opportunities. We had a quick turnover there by UT Martin. Carver with another chance.
Had 2 turnovers in the entire first half, now 2 in the second half. Here's an offensive rebound. Down in the paint, just bullies his way to the basket and scores. Chris Nix, 6'9", 215, used all of it to get position.
I like it. I like that bully ball. Look right there, Carver had a chance. Maybe could have dropped and tried to draw that charge on Nix as he lowered the shoulder, but Nix would have none of it. Just a little bit stronger than the Carver defenders and able to finish the 2. And now at the line with a chance to go for the traditional 3-point play.
At the charity stripe from the free throw line, 86% on the season. Misses.
Is that traditional anymore? 3-point play? We call it traditional?
Yeah,
original.
It would be the old-fashioned. Yeah, that is traditional. 59-31 to score.
We'll see a lot more movement out of Carver College right here on this possession than we've seen all day, I think.
And a foul will go against UT Martin. You know, thinking about that, when college first moved into shooting, had the 3-point line, it was in the early 80s, I assume, right? How much that has truly changed the game. In a parallel universe, could you imagine basketball without the 3?
Yeah, I still go back and watch some of those old college games from the early 80s, so that is me imagining that parallel universe. It looks weird.
Is it enjoyable?
No.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as fast-paced as I thought it was back then either, the game.
Yeah,
the game has sped up so much now. You don't realize it because it changes incrementally, you know, slightly as we're watching it. But you go back and watch some of those guys that were the greatest athletes ever. Charles Barkley, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be a great basketball player today just because of his sheer will and determination. Yeah. Some of those guys probably had a lot more of that than they did athleticism.
Henderson misses the 3. Rebound, Scott. You know who still impresses me watching highlights, and maybe I'm watching the right highlights so that those are defining his athleticism, is Wilt. Wilt was actually more athletic than I thought he was with his size. I mean,
you didn't let me guess. I was going to say Dyron Nix just to be super obscure. You know.
Did he play for the Tennessee Vols?
Dyron Nix, he did.
Yeah, I remember him.
That was the best thing going for the Vols back then.
Yeah, I do remember it. Out of bounds, there's a turnover. But the one thing to me the three-pointer did, and particularly the adeptness of the players shooting the 3 now, is it changes the spacing.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, I mean, like you see in football, bunch sets. You used to have some bunch set offensive sets in basketball. You certainly don't have that anymore. Spacing is probably the most important thing in an offensive set.
Wow, going up. I thought he was going to try to dunk that. Curry just hangs in the air and finishes with a bank shot.
Curry thought he was going to dunk it too. I think there was a little bit of Carver College on his arm. Just a great job to finish that shot.
Block shot. Nick's got a hand on it. And wanting a foul there was Bryson Scott.
And you got to get that one up. KJ Simon got to get that lob up. I think Curry was expecting it to go up. He was anticipating highlight reel material right there, but the pass underneath the rim, so he did what he needed to do and get the 2.
63-31 the score. Skyhawks with the lead. 3-pointer, no good. UT Martin's Henderson with a rebound. Here's a 3, and that is no good. Jeffries misses it. KJ Simon got popped in the face. He's okay in backcourt now, making his way up the floor. Scott assessing the situation. Coach Ritter's going to bring in 5 new players on the next dead ball. We'll also have a media timeout. Ooh, hesitating. Scott had a look to the lane and ended up turning it over. Simon To the rack. No good. Foul, and that will put him at the free throw line, fouled by Antoine Farrell. Media timeout, 2 free throws when we return for the Skyhawks, leading 63-31 over Carver College. The action continues in a moment on ESPN here on a Thursday afternoon. I'm Chris Brinkley with Eddie Suter, and UT Martin will be at the charity stripe with KJ Simon. Eddie, the Skyhawks 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 39 seconds.
Yeah, and Carver College has shown a little more pep in their step, but just unfortunately unable to really do anything from the offensive end, the last couple possessions anyway. And I know they'd like to cut this thing under 30 and make the math a little bit more difficult for you. I think we talked, what is it, as long as it's at 30 plus, it's
That's right.
Those 20-somethings, the 26, 27, 28, that kind of thing. It's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah. It's confusing for everybody.
It's very confusing.
Except for people who do math.
Well, I'm trying to steal a John Hattler joke, and I can't remember it. There are three types of people who do math, those who can and can't. That's the joke.
Yeah, I got it.
So, Eddie, a moment ago you were talking about Barkley in today's league and who are some players from past generations that would still succeed today with today's game?
With that grit, that determination?
Or just anybody, athletically. Just they were ahead of their time in the style of play that works today. Free throw's good.
I'm a Kentucky guy, so I think my all-time favorite Kentucky player, Kenny Walker, I think he would get out there in the college game. It didn't transition well to the NBA at all, but I think he was one of the best college players playing at that time. And he was right in there in that same area,
Did he have an outside shot?
He did not. Well, I mean,
but he probably
shot the free throw,
one.
and that's an outside shot, 15 feet.
He could develop one.
Well, he couldn't. That's why he didn't play at the NBA very much. He was kind of a defensive specialist.
Here's a kick ball, and that will go back to Carver College. 65-31 the score. And, that's one of the things these the 6 guys who are 6'7" and over in their ability to shoot 3, I assume they probably started doing that in the 5th grade. So it's more natural to them than the traditional post players from the 70s and 80s who stayed close to the basket.
Yeah, and the game will continue to change. At that time, I think the people who could dunk over people kind of dominated, and that's why you talk about some of those guys like a Kenny Walker who maybe didn't go on to be quite as successful in the NBA, although he had he did win a dunk contest. But then more and more people, I guess the athleticism became a little bit more prevalent, and you had a lot of guys that could just bully and bulldog over each other. And so they said, well, what's the next stage in the game? So it started progressing out to the three-point line. And I don't know where it goes from here, because now you have the bigs that can all shoot the threes. Everybody shoots the 3-ball now.
Simmons at the
What's
free
next?
throw.
What's your prediction?
Well, what I'm seeing at the professional level, and I don't know if it trickles down to college play, is that they're allowing the defense to get away with more. So they're tightening up the offense to make it more defense, which will give your physical guys a little more prevalence in the game, or the ability to make a difference. So an example, you mentioned Kentucky. Like, I'm a fan of Enes Kanter, who I think – but sometimes he gets lost in the NBA because he's not an outside shooter, but he rebounds. He's not great on pick-and-roll defense, but I think if you put him in some of the European leagues, he would thrive.
Yeah, but in those European leagues, he almost has to step out and shoot that three. I think that shot came from that area before.
True. Yeah,
trickled here. We saw it in the Olympics, I think, originally.
67-33. What I think is funny is that most guards want to be centers and most centers want to be guards.
And that's always been the case, hasn't it?
Yeah. You just want what you got.
Yeah.
Hurst for 3, missed it. Rebound, Carver College. 67-33 is the score. That's Maywin, who's in the game wearing the number 15.
I was looking. I don't believe we saw him in the first half.
No, Scott misses.
First moments. First time to see Trust.
Maywin, you mentioned the international game out of Perth, Australia. Here's Simon with the shot. Good.
So does someone from Perth, Australia find Carver College, or does Carver College find someone from Perth, Australia?
Is that a rhetorical question?
I think it would have to be. I don't think there's any way you have the research on that.
No.
I would have had to have prepped you before the game.
Yeah, we'll have to ask you. Here's a long one. Missed it. Rebound, Skyhawks. Left-handed shot is up and in. That's Morris. Morris had 6 points in 9 minutes versus North Dakota. He has 7 in this game. And it's 72-33. Skyhawks up by 39, out of bounds.
The UT Martin's had a lot of quality minutes and quality offense out of some of these guys off the bench today.
Skyhawks on a 15-2 run now over the last 5:22.
KK Curry liked it. He was up flexing on the bench. Just an attempt to steal, attempt to save a basketball. Gets a flex from KK Curry. I like it, though. Stay in the game, young man. Continue rooting for your teammates because, you know, they've been pulling for you. KK Curry usually on the floor in these situations.
Three-pointer on the right wing. Air ball. We'll go back to the Skyhawks. Farrell misses that one. You look at the UT Martin schedule, as we mentioned at halftime, coming up at Western Kentucky, at Middle Tennessee, and at Western Illinois. Then play Middle Tennessee at home and UNC Asheville at home. So quite a stretch. And again, getting to see Middle Tennessee twice in 3 games, a home and away. Three-pointer is good. 42-point UT Martin lead. And that's the biggest lead of the game for the Skyhawks with 12.5 remaining. And that long stretch of games for Carver College continues.
Yeah, they'll get a little bit of a layoff after today. You look, and they're playing about every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. All on the road.
Yeah, after today they get a little bit of a break with it being Thanksgiving. Their next game be December the 3rd.
Dadenko misses.
So that's almost 2 weeks off.
Again,
probably the biggest gap they have all year.
I have a ton of admiration for Carver College. Of course, we mentioned they're out of the National Christian College Athletic Association. The most recent report, we got 60 students in the entire Carver College, and even you see in our parking lot a couple of vans. You know, most teams travel on buses, and I give these guys a ton of credit for what they are doing. 19 games, Division I teams in 53 days all over the country, all on the road. Not expected to win these games, but they go in and battle. Not the easiest traveling conditions being in a van. But you know they're bonding like no other team probably in all of college basketball. We'll take a break and come back. 75-33 is the score. UT Martin with the ball on ESPN. Thanks for being a part of our broadcast today. Carver College has it, trailing UT Martin 75-33. At the Elam Center in Martin, Tennessee, located here in the northwest corner of the Volunteer State. There's an open look. Left side shot is no good. Coley with a miss. The Skyhawks with a rebound. UT Martin, Eddie, on an 18-2 run.
Yeah, we hate to keep beating it, but that seems to be the story of the game today. Is UT Martin's gone on a whole bunch of, you don't even call them mini runs because most of them have been that 18-0, 18-2, 20-4 kind of run.
Out of bounds.
And UT Martin, we got a little under 11.5 minutes left in this game, and they start to sprinkle a few of their starters back into this game.
Brian Spencer, the coach at Carver College in his 4th season. Lon Moses, an assistant coach. Coach Ryan Ritter in his 1st season with the University of Tennessee at Martin.
Yeah, I think this is Coach Ritter's 2nd year on the job, but 1st year of actual basketball action.
I don't know. I have to think about that. You mean it?
No, that's right. Yeah, no, he had to sit out. The other, where did he come from?
Oh, yeah, when he was at Bethune, at Bethune College. Yeah, they did not play that last season. So that's right. He had
his 2 years. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I got it backwards. I talk like it was the school that had been without for 2 years, but I'm sure he was antsy and itching and ready to get back out here and get to coaching.
Simon at the free throw line. Misses. Simon.
He's got a good, fun group to coach, too, this year.
Yeah. 13 points in the game. Yeah. You know, you can't not like these guys. We had our big event to kind of showcase the Scouts prior to the season starting, and it was just so much fun playing games. And had a player hit a half-court shot. So a student-athlete got a scholarship. And you just felt that energy and enthusiasm. And Coach Ritter brings it, too.
Yeah, no, he's passionate about the game and even more passionate, I think, about his guys.
Outside shot is no good. Rebound for the Skyhawks is Farrell. Or that is not. That's Jeffries on the miss. Henderson drives, lost it, Falls to the floor. Steal. Turnover number 5. Yeah, when I was talking to Coach Ritter, you hear some coaches are players' coaches, but I think that Coach Ritter might be a players' coach and a fans' coach. Inside, up and in.
And then what do you call yourself there? A media person?
Yeah.
Because I think he seems like he'd be a fun interview.
Oh, he's
and
great.
I'm sure you've already had the chance to interview him on occasion.
Yeah, you just want honesty. You want the opposite of Popovich. You want honesty, and you want no cliches. You just want honesty.
Yeah, I talked to him a few weeks ago, and I told him that that's one of the things I appreciated about him was he just seemed so genuine and sincere. Some of the things that come across as coach speak sometimes with other guys, he just seems honest and open about what he's trying to get done here at UT Martin.
Auguste at the free throw line, the junior.
I do want to go back to this. So a UT Martin student hit a half-court shot, won some scholarship money.
No,
and his name was not Will Suter.
No, that's right. It was not your son. One of the UT Martin players shot a half-court shot on behalf of a player.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they both got to shoot a half-court shot. The player got to shoot the student got to shoot the half-court shot, but also pick a player from our team.
Okay.
And he picked Mikael Henderson, who hit the shot. So
it's kind of like a phone a friend. Who would you
That's
want to pick?
exactly what it was. Yeah. Just like the late Regis Philbin would have been proud. Or Meredith Vieira, who now hosts Millionaire, I think, if it's still on. Shot is good. I think we've gotten off in the weeds a little bit.
Yeah.
Mitch, Meredith Vieira's name should never come up on a basketball broadcast.
Maybe not even Regis.
78-37 is the score. Simon with a left hand misses. Outlet pass leads to 2, and the basket for Farrell. It's at 78-39.
Yeah, Farrell, the recipient of that, and that fast break, really, because Carver did a much better job on that last block out.
Ooh, air ball. Skyhawks with it. Curry puts it in. 80-39, a 41-point Skyhawk lead. 8:43 to go. UT Martin now shooting 51% from the field, so that's down from where it was midway through the first half. 32% shooting for Carver College. Carver College has really struggled from three-point range. 2 of 14, just 14%. The Skyhawks are only 11 of 30, but that's 37%. So.
Yeah, I think they would just about take that. Again, I think against North Dakota last week they shot 60%. That's not common. You can't expect that all the time. I was going to say about Curry here. He reminds me of another UT Martin great, and I just wonder if his development will be the same. Somebody that you saw. Flip it a little bit. Chelsea Perry, when she first got here for the women's game, she was pretty much 2, 3, 4 feet from the basket. That was her game, but you just kind of saw as the years went on. I think she's in the WNBA now.
She is. Plays for the Indiana Fever. Here's a shot inside. Good, Kamwanga. Yeah, a big part of the Indiana Fever. Had an injury. Was playing extremely well in her rookie season. Had an injury, and the Fever renewed her contract and signed her for a couple more years. And she's now working with the Fever and the Pacers, and I think the Simon brothers there in Indianapolis. But, yeah, she played for Coach Kevin McMillan, was from Middleton in West Tennessee, did not shoot a lot outside, and became one of the top three-point shooters in the OVC, was the Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year.
Yeah, she started her career as a shot blocker, and that continued every year. But, yeah, she just seemed to add a little something to her game every year.
We'll take a plea with Eddie Suter at the Elam Center in Martin, Tennessee. In the game for Carver College, Farrell, Auguste, Coley, Sims, and Scott. UT Martin's got Curry, Jeffries, Henderson, Nix, and Hurst in the game. Skyhawks with possession. Here's a steal. UT Martin's 6th turnover on the fast break. Curry broke it up but fouled Auguste in the process.
Yeah, Farrell had a chance maybe with a breakaway right there. I don't know. I probably would have made the same decision, try to find my trail partner teammate as Curry was bearing down on him looking for that block shot.
5 team fouls. Auguste at the free throw line.
It's Curry's 3rd foul.
Auguste's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Free throw is no good. Big rebounding advantage for UT Martin. Eddie was talking about it earlier in the game. Now, 43-24, but the Skyhawks have 16 offensive rebounds. At the same time, Carver College has 9. Free throws good.
Yeah, and some of that, both teams started cold, and then it seemed like UT Martin heated up. Here in the second half, I know we've had a few runs here or there, but neither team's shooting the ball from the perimeter especially very well right now.
Pass inside. Nix with a left hand scores.
Difference is UT Martin doesn't feel like they have to, so they're content to pound that ball inside. But Carver College, a little bit harder to go inside against this size differential with UT Martin.
And the Skyhawks' next game's at Western Kentucky, just a few days away on November 27th. Western Kentucky, I believe, a one-time member of the Ohio Valley Conference. You got to go back. Here's a shot. No good. Turnaround jumper rattles out. Skyhawks Nix with the rebound on the Scott miss.
Western Kentucky, let's see, are they the ones that have the red grimace? Grimace looking guy? I remember my dad used to referee.
Yeah.
And so I used to go on a lot of trips with him, and I remember the very first time that he took me to Western Kentucky, and that's all I remember was this big red grimace looking guy running around.
Curry at the charity strip. Yeah, at Diddle Arena, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Also home of the Corvette Museum there near Mammoth Cave. Curry's free throw is good.
I remember that, and I remember, you know what I remember about the first time he took me to Austin Peay? To get off the topic a little bit more,
what would that be?
The fans standing up yelling, "Let's go Peay!"
Let's go
and
Peay.
I'm looking
That's
for the
right.
bathroom.
That is their chant. It is. 85-40 is the score. Yeah, that caught me. I'm used to it now. Of course, Austin Peay moving out of the Ohio Valley Conference, so certainly we'll miss that. Playing at the Dunn Center there in Clarksville. Free throw is good.
Got a few teams kind of defecting from that OVC here in the next couple of years, don't they?
Yeah, losing Bethel, losing Austin Peay, lost Eastern Kentucky, lost Jacksonville State.
What about Belmont? Did I hear Belmont?
Or Belmont, what I meant, not Bethel. I don't know why I said Bethel, Belmont.
I thought maybe you were just giving me something from the past.
Shot is up, no good. Rebound, Skyhawks. But big changes with the Ohio Valley Conference. Here's a shot up and in, a three-pointer for Morris. Even as a broadcaster, beyond everything, it totally can potentially change travel. And the OVC was set up with travel partners and really a confined group of teams that didn't have to go too far to play each other. You start talking about travel and you talk about budget, missing classes. Like, there are a lot of things that you got to think about that are going to be the after effects of all the changes.
Yeah, and from a coaching or broadcasting standpoint, you just kind of get used to what you get used to.
Oh, yeah. Here's a three. Good. Count it there for Antoine Farrell.
But I think that's the nature. Players are changing teams are changing conferences.
Yeah, that's the trend of late for sure. Morris for three. Right wing shot, no good. Rebound, Skyhawks. Hurst. Dadenko picks up his dribble to the cutter and up and in. Nice pass there to Simmons, who finishes.
Yeah, I think Dadenko is one of those players you were talking about earlier, bigs that want to play guard. He likes to put a little extra something on his passes. I saw him earlier in the game, with a little scoop pass, and I think he likes to have fun with it out here on the perimeter.
He's an international player from Russia, 6'9", 230 pounds. I always like to see big guys who can pass the basketball and see the floor.
Yeah, well, a lot of bigs, especially if you get a big catching in the high post area, it just opens up the floor so much. Especially if they can put it on the floor a little bit and drive it, and we know that he can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if a big can shoot outside, pass the ball, and dribble a little bit, so tough to guard, can make it a crazy matchup. Here's a long three-pointer that's an air ball. Missing that one was Scott. One of the best big mans who was a traditional post player who could really pass the ball was Arvydas Sabonis. Do you remember how big Sabonis was?
I do.
And, man, he just saw the floor. If you were a guard and you cut to the basket and there was space, he would find you. Dylan Pumpian checks into the game out of Marietta, Georgia, the 6'1" freshman. Travel. That's on Dadenko.
Trying to do maybe a little bit too much with the ball right there. Hey, UTM wants to use him in that manner too. You look, where does he catch it most of the time? top of the key area. You know, the middle of the floor is opened up for him to catch and shoot in those open spot-up situations, but also on the middle of the floor opens up that drive a little bit for him.
You're getting 6'9". 4 minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in this one. The Skyhawks leading 93-43.
Maybe one of the best assist men in the NBA right now is Donich, and what is he, about 7'1"?
Yeah, he does not.
He's a triple-double waiting to happen every night.
It will be Carver College with the basketball. Inbounding it is Augusti. 8 on the shot clock. Skyhawks in the man-to-man. There's the inbounds pass. 6 on the shot clock. Baseline shot over to Dinko. Hits the backboard. Rebound Skyhawks. Hurst to Morris for 3, short. Carver College with the rebound. Players diving everywhere. Oh, no look, up and in. Morris, was that the Dinko who laid that one?
It was the Dinko. He loved it too, man. He get a little head shimmy after the look away pass.
As happy for making that pass as he would be for a dunk.
Oh, I think if you asked him right now, he'd probably rather make a sweet, special pass, entry pass, whatever, than a three-pointer right now.
Farrell. High arcing shot, short, rebound. Skyhawks. Andre, who's had a good game, flips it to Dinko, who scores. And Skyhawks now a possession away from triple digits. They've got 97 on the board. 97-43 the score. Slapped out of bounds, and with that we'll have immediate.
A little extra gravy on his turkey right there. What do you think, man?
That's beautiful. 97-43.
I told you during the break I was going to get that gravy on the turkey.
Here's the thing. I mean, Eddie Suter, our color commentator, is a brilliant basketball mind, but he also is an educator in English and literature. And we forget just how smart you are, Eddie, until moments like that.
Somebody asked me one time, how did you get involved in doing some of these broadcasts? I said, well, I think they know I teach English and they assume my grammar won't be horrible. And it probably still is sometimes.
97-43 is the score. It's tough to have a broadcast and not make a grammatical error, though, because we're throwing in about 9,000 words an hour, so it's going to happen.
I'm in an English teacher, English department text group, as we all, I'm sure, in these text groups, and you never seen so many people correcting their own grammar. We're so afraid somebody might think we don't know. We all know it's a mistake, but still feel the need to correct our own grammar. Just let it be.
97-43 is the score. 2 minutes, 26 seconds to go in this one. Outside three-pointer is no good. Rebound Carver College. And on behalf of the broadcast crew here, the cameramen and those in the studio, myself, Eddie, and the teams, happy Thanksgiving if you're tuning in today. 24 hours away. Or less, actually, from if you have turkey for breakfast. Andre, nice stutter step, goes in, missed the shot, foul, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I was going to say, we saw Andre really go off for about a 2 or 3 minute spurt there in the first half. Hadn't heard as much from him here in the second half, but a chance here with just a little under 2 to go add to his point total at the free throw line.
Yeah, he's got 9, so he could hit double digits with this. The Skyhawks have played 5 games already this season, and this is Andre's first out of North Miami Beach, Florida.
Just another weapon at their disposal that they're able to bring off the bench as he continues to kind of develop. I think you said he had a little – he hadn't played because of injury, right?
Yeah. But I'm telling you, the sky is high. He was the 2018-19 Big Sky Conference Newcomer of the Year playing in Northern Arizona, where he averaged 12.5 a game and 7.5 rebounds. So if he continues to build on that, he's a double-double waiting to happen every night.
Yeah, I think they've got 2 or 3 guys like that on this roster this year.
99-43, the Skyhawks a single point away from triple digits. The big lead over Carver College. Three-pointer. This one is no good. Gary's body language when he let go of that ball convinced me he had made that three-pointer. I believed him. I'll be in for 3, no good. Skyhawk rebound, Hurst no good. Stick back, there's Andre.
Not surprisingly, they hit triple digits with An offensive rebound and stick back.
There you go, 101 to 43. Timeout is taken. I'm not sure if it's a media or. So, yeah, Andre, listen to this, Eddie. 13 points, 5 rebounds in 15 minutes.
Somehow we had a little turnover. I didn't see what happened on the other side either. I saw the UTM players pointing their direction, but I didn't really hear a whistle blow.
Skyhawks with the basketball. Count it. That's Grant Hurst out of Cleveland, Tennessee.
60-point game now, and we're under a minute. 1 minute left to go in the game.
Skyhawks on a 12-0 run over the last 4 minutes and a 21-3 run over the last 6:09. Loose ball steal. Skyhawks have it. Andre picks up the ball. Pump in for 3. Oh, missed that one. Rebound, Carver College. Baseline shot. No good. Skyhawks with the rebound. 5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Eddie, your final thoughts as time winds down.
It's just been a dominant performance out of UT Martin, but you look at Carver College, and you got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, they've played 3 games in the last 5 or 6 days. You know they're tired, worn out, but they've come out and played as hard as they possibly could. And, hey, getting a well-deserved break here. Won't play again for about another week and a half.
Okay, shot clock's off. That's going to do it. Thank you, Eddie. Final score, UT Martin wins.